If you'd talk a little bit about your own career and what you've enjoyed about it and what you brought to it that perhaps made you more of the academic, or at least allowed you to contribute to family medicine literature and thinking as you have over the years.
I think probably it was the influence of Ian. I admired him so much and his writing, and I think I tried to write sort of like he did, but I don't think anybody else in family medicine could write as well as Ian. But it inspired me to try to put into print some of the things I was learning. And the experiences I had that I wanted to share, like the stuff on family therapy. I remember reading Lawrence Weed's original 2 papers in the New England Journal. I presented them at our local journal club in Tavistock. And we immediately switched over to problem-oriented records the next day. And so did a lot of reading around that and wrote a paper on that. In fact, I got a Best Paper of the Year award for that one.
That's the picture I have, actually. Yeah.
So that kind of reward would, I guess, stimulate me to want to do more of that.
Brian felt that some of the people he hired could barely write a script, and so he. Did you bring a background that made you more comfortable writing and that kind of thing, or was that?
The only thing I can think of was back then you could go from high school into pre-meds. Yeah. For 2 years, and then automatically you'd be in medicine, so you didn't have to have really, really high marks. So you could take subjects that didn't give high marks, like English.
Right.
So I took English for 2 years, philosophy for 2 years, anthropology, psychology. And I think in all those courses we had to write lots of essays.
Yep.
So 2 years isn't very long to learn how to write, but
still,
it was a good start.
Right. Do you think that background gave you some influence in how you think about the scope of I guess the content of medicine, in a sense, that some people look on it purely scientific, clinical manner, but I know some of what you've written sort of demands that people look more broadly at the arts and social sciences. Is that
It was probably related to the kind of things I was reading, Ian's stuff, of course. Right. Lynn Carmichael.
Gail Stevens?
Gail Stevens, that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah. Right.
So all their writings were inspiring and made you think more broadly about what the role of a doctor is.